on NFL Network. All right, let's take it back to last night. Chargers at Raiders. The Silver and Black trying to stay alive in that playoff race. First quarter, Raiders first drive of the game, trailing 7-0, 3rd and goal. Hate to see this. Derek Carr pulls his groin there on that play. He would not return to the game. So it's Marcus Mariota who steps in. So we're going to fast forward to the 4th. Mariota at QB here. It is 3rd and goal. Nope, he's going to keep it. And he goes and leaps for that 2-yard touchdown. That ties the game at 24. Derek showing him some love from the sideline there. So we go to OT. Chargers ball, trailing by 3. Herbert, it's your moment. Yep, he gets it. And he calls it, actually, once he gets in there. Chargers win it 30-27. Herbert, 314 pass yards, and that game winner there. All right, David is back with me here. Not an easy game to watch, I'm sure, for the Carr family. You guys have been there before, so that pit in your stomach. I mean, how is he doing? Derek tried to get back there. What's the mindset looking ahead now to his recovery?
I mean, well, he was extremely disappointed he couldn't finish the game. He tried to go back in after they checked him out inside the locker room and tried to move around and run, and he didn't feel like that he could go back out and give his team his best effort and be able to protect himself on the field. So obviously Marcus is there. Marcus went in. Given the circumstances, I thought he did a fantastic job. They were able to utilize some of those zone runs and really gave him a chance. But Derek was bummed because he really felt like they had a good game plan. He was ready to go out there and was going to get really excited about trying to light these guys up and hopefully keep their playoff spot alive. And they battled. The team still battled. And Derek's still optimistic. At this point, he wasn't sure how it was going to feel today, and talked to him this morning, and he said it feels a little bit better. They did the MRIs, they went through all the scans and everything, and he's optimistic that he's gonna try to at least give it a shot this week. I'm not sure how it's going to work. He doesn't even know how it's going to work, but if he can be out there, he would love to be out there. He's not shutting it down any way, shape, or form. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of days and how it feels.
Yeah, I mean, even with the mask on and all that, you could still see it in his eyes. He wanted to be out there. But I love to see him giving the love to Mariota, who played a heck of a game. Of course, David, please let him know we are wishing him a very speedy recovery. Thank you for that insight, David.
Stakes inside the 5. He is in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Catch made into the end zone. Jay Hamler blocked to Hamler for the 2nd time today.
Unbelievable. Teddy Bridgewater houses it from 21 yards away.
Throws right side, back shoulder. Oh, Devontae's got a touchdown! Touchdown, Buffalo! Unbelievable!
Kidding me!
Down he goes, 5th Denver sack today.
Samuel, yes sir, touchdown, Carolina.
He's gonna go all the way. Touchdown for the dagger!
No doubt about it.
Holy mackerel! And here we go.
It is a full Saturday doubleheader here on the NFL Network. First Bills and Broncos, then Panthers, Packers. Can y'all feel the playoff push? Because it is on the NFL Network. Saturday doubleheader starts at 4:30 Eastern tomorrow, of course. Let's get you out to Green Bay. We have a beautiful shot here to show you guys. Curly Lambeau statue there. Just the beautiful backdrop there with the nice lit tree, and of course, a Packers mask on there as well. You know who else is in the building? It is our Stacey Dales inside Lambeau Field. Stacey, Green Bay looks to keep it rolling behind Aaron Rodgers, and of course, keep a lock on that #1 seed.
Hey, MJ. Yeah, beautiful shot, by the way. My crew here, the great Steve Van Onsdale, all day in this cold weather. The Packers are well aware. They win 3 in a row, guys, and they get that #1 seed, the bye, and a chance for this thing to run through Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, talked all week about really, with him as starter, going to 4 NFC championships, all 4 of those on the road, they want this thing to run through Lambeau. I mentioned Rodgers. He has been absolutely sensational. The #1 scoring offense in football, best in the red zone, best on 3rd down. He leads the league in passer rating, touchdowns, TD to interception ratio. He spoke this week about some of the reasons for some of his success this season. And of course, year 2 in the system, in Matt LaFleur's system, the offensive line's been fantastic. The guys around him really worked on his lower body. But the next thing I love the most, the rhythm he feels in the pocket on his dropbacks with so many more on-time, on-schedule throws. I asked his offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett, what do you see with that rhythm? And I loved his response. He said, a quarterback's footwork is like a ballerina dancing. It is a thing of beauty. It's a beautiful thing. And he said with Aaron Rodgers, when you get all that timing with everybody around him, and certainly you look at for Aaron his ability to drop, I'm getting the quotes here, see what he needs to see in the time frame and then link his feet to each read and then simply execute as they have. The most efficient he's been really arguably in his career. James Jones, it has been a thing of beauty. It has been ballerina-esque for Aaron Rodgers this season, but I am curious from your standpoint, does this 8th-ranked total defense have the chops to take and help take this team to the promised land?
You know what, Stace? I'm listening to you talk on how great the offense is and all the numbers they're putting up. Aaron Rodgers is in the zone playing lights out, and they understand how important it is for this to come through Lambeau. And for it to come through Lambeau, for you to get home field advantage, this defense is going to have to play ball. This defense is going to have to get better at stopping the run. This defense is going to have to get better at getting some takeaways and getting the ball back to Aaron Rodgers on some short fields. If this defense can show up and do what they're supposed to do, then this thing is going to run through Green Bay. If it can't, then Aaron Rodgers is going to be looking at another NFC championship possibly on the road. So I'm looking at this defense. This is the time for you guys to get right. You're going up against the Panthers. This is the time for you guys to get in the groove and get right and go out here and play at a high level so you feel good going into this stretch of games and very good when everything has to come through the frozen tundra.
JJ, before we get to picking this game, shout out to Stacey Dales and the crew out there, the real ones in the cold late at night to keep us informed here on Total Access. All right, do the honors. Pick this one, JJ. Who wins it?
Come on now, man. I got the Pack in this one. I got the Pack running away with this one, 35-17. You see how cold it is. You see the Panthers record. They getting out their hotel right now like, man, let's hurry up and get out of here, win or lose. So I like the Pack.
You must be saving your turtleneck for tomorrow, James. Yeah, I have the Packers taking this one as well. You already know, 32-20, my final score. It's turtleneck season, JJ. Let's go. All right, the first game on Saturday is Bills-Broncos. So here's a look at the Bills clinching scenario. Buffalo can clinch the AFC East with a win or a Dolphins loss. The Bills can clinch a playoff berth with a Ravens loss. So let's get you out to Denver. All these cold weather spots, I mean, it is serious. We have a gorgeous aerial shot here of the stadium at Mile High. I think I see James Palmer in there somewhere through this amazing aerial shot. He's another one. I mean, listen, if y'all don't understand how hard it is to actually report when you are out on the field, look at our peeps. I mean, they're just killing the game out there. Hello, James Palmer. We have two James on the show today. All right, Josh Allen has really come a long way from day one in the NFL. What have you seen from his development truly and just the difference even just from last season to this one, James?
MJ, it's a remarkable maturation process. It's unbelievable growth. And I talked to the decision makers in Buffalo this week. This is what I gathered. They knew the accuracy issues were going to change. What they told me was it's his decision making. That's what's now changed the accuracy, and the game has slowed down for him. They're giving him almost all the credit for this change. That's why they traded up for Josh Allen. They told me he loves football, doesn't want to do anything other than be great. So he works on himself harder than almost anybody else in the building. And his self-awareness is what I really love about him. His ability to say to the coaching staff, I made this mistake, before they can come to him and say it. He knows where the issues lie. And two main games stick out to them in the growth. Last year's game against New England, he throws 3 interceptions, and they talk to him afterwards about knowing what type of game you're in. You don't need to put it all on your own shoulders. You don't have to throw 300 yards every game. Know the game you're in. And then last week's game against the Steelers, where they started off punt after punt after punt. I was told the old Josh Allen would have started forcing throws, would have tried to do everything himself, but instead he let the game come to him. They watched their tablets. They saw Stephon Diggs was open repeatedly. He let Diggs go out there and work. So, guys, that's what the Bills think are the reasons why this maturation process has happened. David, what do you see?
Well, Josh has always been tremendously talented, and honestly, it's one of the best arms I've ever seen. And it's like, watching a guy that throws 100 miles an hour. And when he was in college, he was a 56% guy. And then he comes into the NFL, and you're like, okay, well, he throws hard, but can he find a way to dial that in and throw strikes? And then you take that closer that throws 100, and he goes and wins the Cy Young, which is basically what you're seeing. Like, this doesn't happen. People think that, you can find a big arm guy, you can just teach him how to play quarterback at this level. No, they went out, they got Cole Beasley. I mean, look at that throw. That's incredible. They get Cole Beasley last year. His intermediate throws improved. They get Stephon Diggs this year. Now his down the field and his outside the number throws have improved. I mean, Josh has taken the next step with Dayball's system, but man, he's done a fantastic job. He's the reason for the Bills' success.
He's done a fantastic job, David. I mean, I agree with everything you said. There's only two human beings that can throw the football like Josh Allen. Josh Allen being one, and Patrick Mahomes being the other arm talent walking this planet that can throw the football like that. But I'm going to go back to something that James Palmer said, and it's something that I've noticed watching this team going forward. And you know, I'm president of Bills Mafia, okay? I love the Bills, and I've been loving them for the last couple of years. It's the decision-making. It really is. He's eliminated the bad plays from his game. There would be games last year and in the previous years that if they got down by a touchdown or something, he would try to throw them back into the game with one pass. He tried to, throw the ball 60 yards down the football field to try to hurry up and get back in the game, and not realizing that you got to constantly work your way down the football field and get back into the game. So I've seen a tremendous amount of maturity from Josh Allen this year. And if he continues this ascent toward greatness, I mean, I just don't see why he can't be, again, like Patrick Mahomes, in the conversation for most valuable player every single year.
Ooh, that part. All right, we've seen tremendous stuff from Josh Allen. Great stuff from James Palmer over in Denver. And guys, look at that. It looks like all of us have the Bills winning this one in our game picks. All right, this is NFL Total Access. I am MJ Acosta-Ruiz, and I have a little bit of bad news here for a few NFL teams who think they're about to get a win. Not true. What they're actually about to get is a wake-up call in the form of a what, guys? That's coming up next.
NFL game.